Welcome to the Tom Bernard Podcast with the family, and the family is
co-host Catherine Brandt,
Andy Brandt Bernard,
and Kristen Burt.
One of the family, Kristen Burt. That's all I have to say. There's no doubt about it. I got to get something out of the way right away because Andy, MXWX guy, you work with him, don't you?
I'm Googling this because I don't know what the hell that means.
what are you on, Tom?
I'm on
He's on some social media
yeah,
site,
whatever.
I think.
X. I'm on X.
Okay.
I thought you worked with Minnesota weather guy. I know he posts a lot.
What are you talking about?
Don't you host a show for somebody else?
No.
Well, what were you doing then last week before I left? You were
That was the Face It Foundation.
Oh, that's Face It. I thought okay. Well, I thought that was with him. That's not.
No.
Oh, well, MNWXA. So that's Minnesota weather guy, right there.
Okay.
Tom, I saw you and some of your family at Olive Garden this evening. I hope you enjoyed your food. I would have loved to have had to say hello to you, but I'm not one to interrupt a family gathering. I did say, holy shit, that's Tommy B. I don't think you heard, though. So, yeah, next time, MNWX guy, you see it, please come over because I did post on there. Damn, I wish you had said hello. I always enjoy talking to listeners. You all have given me a great support throughout my career, led to a very happy life. I am a lucky man because of you. So, yeah, if you see me out, don't hesitate. Come over and say hello.
Yes, little Miss Fawny's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
How were the breadsticks and salad?
Oh,
They were
my God.
endless.
They're so good.
That's what they say.
If you
They're
go
like
to
crack.
Olive Garden in Wayzata, or is that Wayzata or is that Minnetonka?
I think it's Minnetonka, maybe.
Olive Garden in Minnetonka, ask for May. She's phenomenal. She's from, where was she from again?
I don't know.
She's from Asia, but I can't remember where in Asia.
I don't know.
But
Just
couldn't have
somewhere.
been better. She was wonderful.
Well, he's just not that
Well,
big.
we ordered, and Tom's one of these guys that likes to order everything on the menu, basically.
Yeah,
when
one of
you go out
everything
to
and
eat.
share it with the family.
And he orders all these appetizers, and she says, "Wow, that's a lot of food."
Oh, did you take home doggy bags?
Oh, yes.
Well, I remember going to when we
Oh,
went to
yes.
Barrio, or not Barrio. The hell was it called? Buca.
Luca.
Oh,
The
Oh,
amount
yeah.
of food. It's like
oh.
watch one of those medieval shows where a king holds a feast. That's what it was every time
Every
we went there.
time.
Well, it's because
you
of Big
went
Paulie,
there.
you mean?
Yeah, it was 10-pound lasagna and a
Oh.
97-inch
The ziti.
pizza, and it was so much.
Yeah, we were all moaning about having to go to Olive Garden, and I don't really know why. I haven't been to an Olive Garden in probably 15 years. My parents
about
liked
right.
an Olive Garden.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
But Fawn
I've
saw
never
a
been.
commercial
Yep.
and said, "It looks so good. Can I go there for my birthday?"
of course it looks good. It's a
So
commercial.
we're all like, "Oh, pretend you like it. Oh, it's probably terrible. It's probably sweet sauce
what
with
I'm
loads of
expecting is,
garlic
yeah.
and just nothing but onions and
Onion,
garlic,
and
sweet.
sugar. Yep.
Nope.
No,
Huh.
it was actually very good. It was
Really
definitely a carbo load.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. A lot of carbohydrates.
Yeah, Fawn ordered the kid size spaghetti, and it comes with mashed potatoes.
That's,
that's
really
weird.
So
Weird.
not only pasta, but mashed
That's
potatoes.
interesting.
But they know kids
Huh.
because she ate all the mashed potatoes.
I
Of course
suppose.
she did. Because normally it's like broccoli, and kids don't necessarily love broccoli.
Her
Mhm.
kids like broccoli, but
Okay, to
I
close
love
this
broccoli.
and go into Kristen Bird, I got to ask you a question.
Okay.
Doesn't anybody ever on the way out go to the manager and say, hey, the food was great and May did a great job?
No.
They're always shocked when I do that. Why wouldn't you do that? If you had a
People-
great time, why don't you tell them?
people only complain.
Yes.
I suppose.
Mhm.
Why they're like that, I just don't understand. I'm having trouble with that right now. I am getting so sick of it. People being way over the top negative about. Did you see Andy and Kristen Burt? A woman had about a 4-paragraph post calling for someone to murder the president.
There's plenty of that.
What
Yeah.
the hell is wrong with you?
Lots of those.
I can't think of one president I would like assassinated.
Oh, that's just,
Knock, knock. It's the Secret Service at your door.
Yeah, for real.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
Are you asking people openly to murder Trump?
Mhm.
What?
Well,
Jesus.
it's just like that. The leader of South Africa,
Yeah.
that came to America, and he had no idea anything about this.
No, of course he didn't.
You
Killing
know,
the honkies?
killing the farmers.
Kill the Boer.
Oh, they're
yeah.
showing absolute stadiums filled with "kill the Boer, kill the farmer,"
Yeah.
and he says this is just freedom of expression.
Yeah, freedom
it doesn't
of expression.
mean
to
That's
kill
all
doesn't
it
mean they
is.
want to kill anybody. It's like, okay, so you're saying words that you don't mean. That's kind of strange,
Mhm.
and it's not comforting. Because if
No.
the shoe was on the other foot, if somebody said that about you,
Oh yeah.
it would be an outrage. Everybody should be outraged when you're saying kill somebody, harm somebody.
I don't
This
want
should
anybody
be done.
killed.
Let's just move on from all of this hatred.
You know
Can
what's
we?
done for me though, Kristen Burt? I am now very solidly centrist. I like Democrats, I like Republicans, but that far left, far right stuff is garbage, and I don't want it anywhere near me.
It is garbage.
Jesus, they're so
bananas.
nuts. And it's
Oh.
both sides.
Well, yeah, you were out of town for this weekend, right, Kristen?
Yeah, I came back Saturday night.
1,000-person kind of riot in downtown LA this weekend. There's
I
like a
don't know.
big problem.
And she went
Yes.
again.
Yeah.
I was like,
I guess
what?
it was really bad. I don't know.
I'm like, I don't even know. I was like, downtown LA is, you kind of avoid it at all costs anyway.
But why are they? I don't know.
LA riots. Let's
Well-
see. What does the news say? 1992. That was a while ago.
Well, it was like 1,000 people just took the streets, and they were one cop ended up in the hospital, and I don't know what was going on.
When I was a kid, the cool place to go if you wanted to go to the beach was Lake Calhoun, which is now Bidet Makaska. They changed the name of the lake because apparently did Calhoun own slaves,
I
or
have no idea.
he was from the slave era.
Whatever.
I don't know anything about that stuff, but they just shortened the hours. You can go to Bidet Makaska now. Again, used to be Lake Calhoun,
Yeah.
because there is so much violence there
Mm.
every day. They don't let you use the beach that much anymore.
Well, and Hennepin County just encrypted all the police calls so that the people that
Yep.
monitor it and actually
So you can't
report
hear it.
on it,
Yeah.
they can hide behind the fake numbers of crime is down.
All right. I'm assuming Kristen Burt, entertainment news brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I'm assuming you're nothing but happiness today.
I am happiness.
Oh, you are? Okay, good. Glad to
Yes.
hear. We could
Of
use
course. On a Tuesday. Yeah. No, kind of interesting the box office over the weekend, because remember, this kicks off the summer season. You had
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch versus Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. And
Oh.
Lilo and Stitch kicked Tom Cruise's butt.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
And
I
this is
mean,
another
not
live
even
action one, right? The
I'm
Lilo and Stitch.
live action version of Lilo and Stitch. And I think that there was a lot of millennials who took their kids to see the live action version of this, because there's a lot of like millennial sentimentality behind this, the nostalgia. But it set a Memorial Day weekend box office record, $183 million domestically, not even
Wow.
talking about globally. Globally, it was 341.
What do you mean?
And you're looking at Mission Impossible was about 77 million over the
I mean,
weekend.
Mission Impossible is just like enough already.
Yeah, that's probably true.
What is this, like the 9th one?
This was the 8th one. And,
Eighth one,
Eighth.
okay.
Oh.
and allegedly the last one for Tom Cruise. I don't know if they'll hand over the franchise to somebody
Oh.
else, but that's why he was out there promoting the heck out of it all over the globe. He was on every talk show. He was doing every game, every lip sync, segment that they
Yeah.
were tossing his way, because he really wanted to make a push for this. And Lilo and Stitch set the box office record. It actually overtook Top Gun Maverick in 2022. So in some weird way, Lilo and Stitch got, their 2022 record with Tom Cruise, and also beat him at the box office in 2025.
Yeah. Well, that was on the birthday list. They were going to go to Lilo and Stitch.
Did
but
they
they're
not?
Yeah.
They ended up not making it, but they're going to go today. I
They're going
think. So
today,
that was
yeah.
on
Yeah.
the list.
Geez,
yeah.
so she's got a birthday week going.
Oh, yeah.
Starting Friday, it's Tuesday now, and it's not ending yet.
Well, you only
I
turned
do a
11.
birthday month, so I don't even know what you're
Birthday
talking
month.
I do a birthday half hour, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're not really a birthday kind of guy.
I haven't cared about my birthday in a long time. I don't know.
That must be tough for people that had. My birthday is on Christmas Day. Boy,
My
getting
friend
screwed.
Joyce's birthday's on Christmas Day, but she's Jewish, so
So yeah,
She
I
doesn't
guess
care.
for her, it doesn't.
Doesn't
Well,
He
Melissa
doesn't
was
care.
just born a few days before Christmas.
Yeah,
and
she
she
was.
said that they just
Yeah.
kind of blended them together, and it's
Yep.
like
Yeah.
which is really unfair.
it is kind of.
Tyre Carver says he went to see Lilo and Stitch.
And
He says, compared to the original, he would call them about even in terms of how good they are.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Which
nice.
for a remake is actually glowing praise,
and
because
live
true.
action.
in
Right.
there's been a lot of these, and I don't know if I could name one that's as good as the original.
Disney has done well when they've redone or done the live action version of like the 90s. Like Lion King was one that did well. Aladdin did well. So
Yeah.
millennials are willing to do the remakes, but when they've done classic ones like Snow White, They've not done well.
Yeah.
Mary Poppins, not done well. Dumbo, not done well.
Oh yeah.
So there's definitely a pattern to these. So it'll be interesting to see how Disney now positions itself with live action.
We saw a movie. It's not new, but it's newish. Might be Ethan's new favorite movie,
Uh-oh.
The Wild Robot. It's a DreamWorks movie.
Is it new?
It's new on Netflix as of like 2 days ago,
Oh,
but it came out last year.
So does he love it because it's a wild robot?
He just likes it because it's a robot.
He
I
likes
think. Well, it's a
robots.
robot that talks to animals, so it's like everything he likes in one movie. And we were expecting it to be mediocre, like not horrible, but not great, just like a forgettable kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better than anything Pixar has put out in 10 years.
I don't know.
Except-
Pixar.
Except for Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 was really good.
It was nominated for Best Animated Feature this past year too.
Oh,
So,
yeah?
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
way better than I thought it was going to be.
But lost a flow, but it definitely was in the top 5 of the Best Animated Feature for 2024.
Flo won everything, though.
It did.
I got to remember the last time I saw a movie. When's the last time we watched a movie?
We went to the Rock's Christmas movie thing
What?
this year. The Rock was in.
Well, that was
Christmas
only
thing.
5 months,
He had a
almost
Christmas
6 months
movie?
ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
I
can't
love
remember what
going
it
to the
was.
movies, but there aren't any movie theaters anymore. There's like 3 left.
Yeah, walking distance from you in Florida, I don't know if there's any anymore.
No, they closed
Not
down
anymore.
our
They
theater.
closed them. Oh, that was the
Red
Palace
One.
Theater.
Red
Red
one.
One, yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
Red
Red
One's the
One, yeah.
last one. I think that's the last one we saw.
Probably.
But
I
yeah,
love
and,
going
and
to
where
the
you live now up here, I don't think there's a movie theater in walking distance.
There's Wyzetta Theater, but that's been closed for about 50 years. so-
Yeah.
Uh,
So
Yeah, we'd probably go to the Plymouth Theater
Yeah, probably
here,
Plymouth, yeah.
and in Florida we have there is a brand new movie theater up on PGA Boulevard, which is I was shocked that they would put in a new movie
Yeah.
theater since people really aren't going, but they
Yeah.
built a beautiful one.
Why don't we take a quick break? Be right back. Kristen Burt with us, ladies and gentlemen. Back in seconds. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hand for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
It's Tom for Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities. Wellshire Alzheimer's and Dementia Care Facilities are a place where your loved one will live with pride and dignity. If you care deeply about someone in your life, Wellshire is the place I highly recommend. Wellshire is a memory care focused facility that has a full nursing team, always staffed within the building 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They have never, ever used or relied on any staffing agencies. Wellshire of Medina, now accepting elderly waivers after 12 months of private pay. I know them personally, and they're a family-owned local company conveniently located right in Medina and Bloomington. They are the best staffed memory care facility in the state. Wellshire has a robust community with activities 7 days a week. If your loved one is in need of a memory care facility, please get in touch with my friends at Wellshire. Set up a tour or learn more at wellshiremn.com. That's WEALSHIREMN.com.
that wasn't right.
Close enough.
There we go.
You're good now?
Jeez.
There you go.
He's got 3 days off, and he's.
Yeah, he fell apart.
How do I do this again?
No, it's the problem is when I'm doing stuff on the computer to my left, what I do is I cross my arms over so that my right hand is to my left.
Oh, God.
And sometimes that's a little confusing.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So,
A lot of good things to watch. If you guys, Netflix right now has been like rolling out the content, but one that just dropped yesterday, Cold Case. Andy, you won't remember this, but I know Tom and Catherine will. The Tylenol murders.
I know of them in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
remember this. Tylenol.
You don't remember the Tylenol murders when they were laced with cyanide and people were dying in
Oh,
Chicago?
Oh,
God.
yeah, that's right.
And that's why we now have tamper-proof bottles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who was
We
Yeah.
doing
didn't
that?
have
We never found out.
Never found out, but they interviewed a guy who has always been the number one suspect, James Lewis. And there was one particular producer on this docuseries who was able to get an interview with him. And he died shortly after the interview. So
Oh.
Yeah, it's like almost positive that it's him, but we can't say it was him because he was never convicted.
never convicted. There were a couple other suspects that were, maybe on the fringe of like, maybe they did it or they were,
Yeah.
had some suspicions in the case, but I think this one will draw probably a lot of interest just because it really did change what our over-the-counter drugs look like now.
Well, I hope that nobody gets any ideas.
Oh, that's
Hopefully
kind of
not.
sad. Jay Lewis. You got Jerry Lewis and you got this guy.
James Lewis, yes.
James Lewis. Yeah.
James
There you
James
go.
Lewis,
Jerry
yeah.
Lewis and James Lewis. Two completely. Although I heard that Jerry Lewis used to have a horrible temper.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. That Jerry Lewis.
I heard he was very challenging on the
Yeah,
was
yep.
muscular dystrophy
Yeah.
telethons that he used to do because there was a lot of hoo-hoo drinking going
Oh,
on.
yeah. Dean Martin would come out.
Yeah. Do you think he put on that slur,
Who?
or was that
Dean
like,
Martin?
yeah, or was he just that drunk all the time?
Well, Pally.
I read a biography about Dean Martin many, many, many years ago, and apparently he did have a drinking problem. I don't know if he drank at work,
Literally all the time.
Who was that? Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died of alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So
especially in the last like 6 years of his life. He was kind of by himself drinking.
Because his kid got killed in a plane crash.
oh yeah, that'll
Oh,
do
that's
it.
Some
right.
ranch, and he was
Yep.
doing all this. He was like fixing fences, and he was always hammered, and he was just
Huh.
really weird.
Every day he would go to he ate once a day. That's it. One time a day he ate.
That's a
But-
functional alcoholic thing.
It was at a spaghetti restaurant by his house. He came in, had a plate of spaghetti every day, and that's all he ever ate was spaghetti every day.
Maybe it kept him thin. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Mm,
Lot
Go
of
to
peop-
Olive Garden.
That's actually kind of a thing. A lot of people don't. They don't eat except
No,
for
a lot
once
of
a
them
day
don't. It's
now.
true.
It's something fasting, intermittent
is
fasting.
true.
Oh, intermittent fasting. Well,
Yeah.
intermittent fasting, you can eat all you want, or not all you want, but like
No.
within limits in that time
yeah,
period.
it's like 12-hour fast, 14-hour fast, etc.
Well, some people do it more severely
Yeah.
depending on.
That's
their
an eating
body
disorder.
type. I think
I
so
would
too.
Yeah.
say so.
But-
I know they call it OMAD, 1 meal a day. That's
Right.
it's like a thing,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I don't think that's healthy.
I don't know. We have a friend that's always done that.
Yeah.
He's very healthy, and he's not an alcoholic. He just says, if I eat more than one, I eat 1 meal a day. I eat whatever I want, and if I do this, I stay thin. If I eat
Hmm.
multiple times a day, I have to battle my weight.
If I tried
Just how he
to
is.
combine all my meals into one meal in one day, I'd feel very bad afterwards.
He says he eats
Probably.
whatever he wants.
Got to eat your
Does
2,000
he eat at
calorie
the same
meal.
time every day?
pretty much.
Because I guess, like, how do you do it socially? If you're like, okay, we're going to eat at
Yeah.
7
You
p.m.
starve.
tonight to celebrate so and so's dinner, and you normally eat at noon. Are you
Well,
starving all day and then eat the dinner?
He-
I don't.
He doesn't eat all day long. He eats dinner.
Okay.
I was kind of like that as a teenager. I wouldn't eat until lunch. Like I'd wake up for school. I just wouldn't eat anything until lunch. And then I didn't really eat anything until dinner.
Me too. I didn't
Yeah.
eat during the day much at all.
No, I never ate before lunch because it's like I didn't want to wake up early enough to make breakfast.
No, never ate breakfast.
No, I never ever ate breakfast. And everyone's like, why? How do you not eat breakfast? I'm just like, I
Not
don't
hungry.
know. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll just
My-
wait till noon.
My school had a cookie and milk break every day at 10:10. So if you didn't eat breakfast, you knew that you had it was like sometimes it was an apple, sometimes it was like
Yep.
Lorna Doone cookies, sandwich cookies. Like I tell people this, and I'm like, this was high school. We had a 10:10 milk and cookie break
Really?
every single day. But I will tell you, it got you through to lunch. Like if you had I always liked it if I had like a snack break right ahead of a test because I felt really sharp going into my test because I
Oh.
had food to
Mm.
fuel
Yeah.
myself.
It's a good idea.
Charlie wants to know if you ever talked about the studio. with Seth Rogen, Catherine
Yeah,
Arthur.
we have. When it came out, the studio was Seth Rogen
Mhm.
on Apple TV Plus. Now it's had its first season. It got picked up for season 2. I mean, it's very inside baseball. I kind of feel like it's a little bit like Entourage, where if you're in LA, if you're in the business, there's so many inside jokes that you're seeing. But I thought that they did a really good job with it. I'm glad it will be back for season 2. Did you guys watch it at all? I know you guys have Apple TV Plus.
I don't think we did.
No,
Did
no,
we?
not at all. I'm not a big Seth Rogen fan. He's too
No,
silly.
you're not. He's funny though.
He's silly.
No, he's good.
All right, maybe I'll give him another shot.
Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. See what you
Jeff and I
think.
are watching this show that I'm hanging on, but
4 seasons.
4 seasons. I'm not wild about the people on there, but
I
I'm
think
hanging
it's
in
actually
there.
pretty funny.
It's
It
pretty
can be.
good.
Yeah, it can be.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Tina Fey fan, but she's
No,
really
I'm
good
not
in
either.
this.
Anything Steve Carell's into. I love him.
Yeah, I think he's really good.
God,
And they got a season 2 pickup too, so that will be back next year.
is he? I've heard he's very hard to work with.
Oh, really? I have not heard that about him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the people that I know that work with him, maybe they're the
Yeah.
ones that suck.
Yeah,
knows?
everyone I know that worked with him on The Office, and I do know a couple of people rave about him and said he
good.
was a great leader. Even
yeah.
when he was super famous doing 40-Year-Old Virgin during the off season, never came back in the fall with an attitude or anything else like that. Like always looked out for everyone. And when he left, I think that they felt like a lot of the show, and I think the viewers would agree too.
Yes.
The heart of the show definitely left.
Well, it's interesting is I loved him when he was, I can't remember the name of it. I think it was called Therapist or something, where either he was the guy or he treated a guy that was chained to the bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was the therapist.
The patient.
The patient.
patient.
The patient. And he was the patient, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was very good in that.
He's great. He's a great actor. And what was the one about the wrestler? Fox.
The wrestler.
Yeah, he was a wrestling coach, the really creepy guy.
Oh, I don't know.
Foxcatcher.
Foxcatcher. But the
Oh.
Olympics, yes. He played John DuPont. Yes.
Oh.
And it's based on a true story. And he is so creepy in that. And I think that's the one thing I love about Steve Carell is that he can be so funny and he can be so dark.
Oh yeah.
And he is good at both sides of it.
Mm-hmm. I think he's good.
Yeah.
This
I still
generation's
watch.
Jim Carrey.
Catherine and I still watch The Office. It's been off the air now for what, 15 years?
Long time.
Yep.
God, we still watch it.
It's been off the
That's
air.
your comfort show.
for
Well,
Yeah, it is.
it's been so long
12 years.
since it's
years.
been on that a lot of the episodes is like, oh, I don't remember this one
No,
at
exactly.
all. So it's kind of nice. And you know what? They're still funny.
Oh God,
Yes,
yes,
they are. They hold up.
They're still very funny.
What's his sidekick's name? That crazy bastard.
Oh,
Dwight?
Dwight Schrute.
Dwight
Right?
Schrute.
Schrute. Yes.
He was
When he
fantastic.
circumcised himself at 7 years old or something.
my
Oh my
God.
God, the stuff that comes out of his mouth, you just are like, what a character.
He's
If
a hell of
anyone
a-
wants to watch Foxcatcher, by the way, it is available for free on the Roku channel. So
Roku channel.
I
yeah,
love Roku.
it's about John
That's
DuPont. He
adorable.
was the eccentric millionaire funding the Olympic wrestling team and the Schultz brothers.
Oh,
Channing Tatum's in it. It's a true story. It is
familiar.
so super creepy.
Is it a movie or a series?
Movie.
Maybe we did watch that.
He was
Foxcat.
nominated for an Oscar for that role.
How long ago was it?
About 10 years ago. I think 2014.
We might have watched it.
14, yeah.
It sounds like, yeah. Now, as you're talking about it, it's like ringing bells.
Right,
So
yeah.
I think we did watch it.
Do you guys have one movie that you think is the best movie you've ever seen?
No,
Throughout
I've never
all of
been able to
time.
do favorites.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not a
I have
favorite.
movies that I watch over and over again and never get tired of.
Right.
Like if I'm on an airplane with entertainment, I'm always watching Crazy Rich Asians again
Oh.
and or Crazy Sexy Love. I think that's the
Mhm.
title, but that's with Steve Carell. I love that one.
You love
And
crazy.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. When it starts with crazy, she'll
When
watch
it
it.
starts with crazy, she's tuning right in. My guy for that is Marlon Brando. I thought Marlon Brando was the greatest
Yeah.
actor ever born. God, he was good. I guess he was a little difficult though to work with, from what I understand.
Most of them.
It's
seem to
Crazy
be.
Stupid Love. Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh,
with
Crazy
Steve
Stupid
Carell.
Love,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so good though. Like I'll watch those over and over again. I've watched Miss Congeniality 1,000 times. Like there's just certain movies that I'm like, oh, I'm halfway in. I'll it's already playing. I'll watch it.
It's so great to be living in this era because it was very difficult to do that before AI or just,
AI.
Do what?
well, any kind of to watch any show you wanted to watch.
Streaming.
Whatever was on
Streaming.
TV, whatever's on TV is on TV. Back in those days, you
That's
got
true.
a chance 4, 5, 9, and 11. That was all you got back in the old days.
Well, we had TiVo, DVR. That was a thing for a while.
that started, yeah.
And a lot of people had VHS and DVD collections too before that. You
That's
collect
true.
your favorite
Oh, yeah,
media.
I had like 6 or 7 VHS tapes. We had We Sing, Grandpa's Toys. We had Rock-a-Doodle. We had The Land Before Time.
Land Before Time is a great movie.
It
Mhm. And
is.
when I was a little kid, I would just watch them over and over.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines from the old days talking about TiVo. God, and I was trying to remember. Kevin, remember he had a series, kind of a heavy set guy. He's not heavy set anymore. Kevin, I can't remember his name.
Hurt.
Was it? I don't know. But his buddy came over and he had just had TiVo installed. He came over and said, "You got to come and watch it. It's unbelievable."
Oh, you're talking about King of Queens, aren't you?
King of Queens. Yes, that's exactly what
What's
I'm
his
talking
name?
about. Kevin
King of Queens
something.
guy. Let's
Isn't
see.
it Hurt?
Kevin James.
Kevin James. There you go.
James.
Very good. Very good. But his sidekick, after about 3 or 4 days, he comes over and he's got this really sad face. And Kevin James goes, "What's the matter?" And he goes, "TiVo thinks I'm gay," because I kept picking gay shows for him to watch.
People thought we were Hispanic.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, they thought we were Hispanic. That's
always
right.
talking to us in Spanish.
I
Yeah.
remember
That's
that.
amazing.
We must have watched one
It's
show with a
hilarious.
And
Spanish character.
Yeah, this was in
and it
the
just-
this is in the 90s in Minnesota,
it
where
was
the
weird.
Hispanic like demographic was not very large in this area.
No, not at all.
Maybe it's because we watched old Lucy shows and Ricky Ricardo was on
Was
there.
he?
So they thought we were-
Lucy. The algorithm just got a little tricked.
He's
don't know.
he's some sort of South American-ish.
Yes,
That must be your thing.
that's true.
Yeah.
No question. All right. Kristen's only got 1 minute left. She always burns through her segment.
How dare I?
How
You
dare
got a
she?
big time change to get used to too, don't you? I mean, isn't it like 3 hours from Boston to LA?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was a 3-hour shift. And I mean, I was there. I mean, I flew on Thursday, flew home Saturday night.
You
And
probably just stayed on your schedule, right?
I tried to, but I had to be at a law office all day on Friday.
Oh,
So
true, yeah.
Oh,
it was a long day. We were hoping for a shorter day, but it went down to like 6 p.m. So
Oh, so
It
for
was
you
a
that would be
lot.
9 p.m. Yeah, that's a
no,
long.
it would be 3 p.m.
Oh, 3 p. Oh, that's right, 3 p.m.
I'm
So you
behind.
would've been fine. Just wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
what she does anyway.
What you
so-
do anyway. So there you go.
To
No
do it.
problem.
Yeah, no, I had to get up. I got up at 5 Boston time. So then it was like
Oh,
2 to my
Oh,
body.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not great.
It was I did a lot of sleeping. I got, like I said, all day Sunday, I just slept. I was like, I'm gonna do all these fun things because it's a holiday
Nope.
weekend. Nope. I sat on my couch with cats piled on top of me and like snored away.
they were happy to see you.
Mm.
They were. Yeah.
How long is that flight, Boston to Los Angeles?
It's 6 hours and it's
6
long.
Ugh.
Yeah.
No, you could
It's
be
a
in
very
Europe.
I
Yeah,
know, that's
yeah.
exactly it. Or I could be in Hawaii, like on a
Hawaii.
beach. Yeah.
That's true.
That's our equivalent. And it was a very long flight. And Boston had a nor'easter when I was going in on Thursday. So we sat
Oh.
on the runway
yeah.
at LAX for an hour and 20 before we
Oh,
even took off.
Fun.
God.
Oh, I know.
Whole
Well,
day on a plane.
Must have been fun to be back in Boston. Did you go to the east side? So the little Italian food?
The North End, you mean?
Oh, North End. Yes, I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I
North-
did go to the. I'm like, what is the East Side?
Oh,
I
no,
did go to the
North
North End. We went for a celebratory dinner on Friday night. So
Did you eat a plate of spaghetti and then nothing else?
I did not get spaghetti. I did get some type of like spicy shrimp pasta that was delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, we will talk to you tomorrow.
I will be here.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Kristen
Bye-bye.
Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC equal housing lender. We'll take a break. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Chris Eckert will join us.
And-
oh, yeah.
Kostaki.
Oh, and Kostaki. That's right. Kostaki's on today, too. That's wonderful.
Yep. He's got a brief moment in between.
Oh, so he
nursing his
can't be on very
child.
long?
No.
Okay, well, tell me when he has
But
to go.
what has he got to talk about anyway? Football, yawn.
Well, that's true. There you go, right there. All right, we'll be right back right after this. Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Brian Thiel, president of Abrasives of St. Paul.
What I like best about North American Banking Company is the small town feel with great products and very good service. And I love the people. I would definitely recommend North American to other business owners. A lot of banks I could choose from, and North American Banking Company is the one.
So why not bank where I bank? With my friends at North American Banking Company. Go to nabankco.com to learn more. That's nabankco.com, or stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. You're listening, you listen to me, your customers are listening to me, and they'll hear me promote your business. So here's the deal. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom and advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision, from millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. Increase your brand awareness with our broad approach, broad reach, no question, and passionate following, all 3 of them. Your business will see increased visibility and awareness translating into more customers and sales. So jump on board, Pally. For Bradshaw Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess, is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant.
I said, sisters, if you only knew, you would wish you were in my shoes. Keep on using me until you use me up.
We wanted to make you very sad going into, Channel 5's Chris Eggers is brought to you by Mr. Money Talk Josh Arnold. Call Josh today for your free 48-minute evaluation at 952-925-5608. Chris Eggert and Kostaki of Commonopolis.
Something like that.
Economopolis. Didn't I say Economopolis?
Haven't we met? What happened, Tom?
No, I know your name is Economopolis. I don't know. I just had a sip of grape ollipops, so maybe that's
what it is.
It froze my tongue. Or Kostaki Economopolis.
There you go.
We were talking. I told you this, I think, before, but there's a Greek restaurant by your house in Florida. And we were talking all about you. They love you, man. They do.
Yeah. You called me. You called me from there.
I did. Yes.
I was in where was I? I was in a poker room in some Midwestern state. I forget where I was, but I had to walk out to find better reception or whatever. And I was talking to a Greek suddenly on the phone.
You're talking to
Milos. Yes.
Milos is the name of the restaurant. It's really, really good.
Oh yeah. One
thing I've noticed, and I'll shut up after this for both Kostaki and Chris, if you have a sandwich in Minnesota, it's about $17. If you have a sandwich in West Palm Beach, it's about $117.
Especially during the season.
Holy
during the season.
Oh my God. We went down there for 10 days and we spent almost $2,000.
Well, you didn't have to spend $2,000.
No.
I mean, at least half of that was just like groceries.
Oh yeah.
You buy groceries for 2 people and a kid and a baby. It's like $200 for 3 days worth. It's
really
insane. Yeah.
Oh, you were shopping at the downtown store.
Well, that's the thing is, no, but we went to Publix.
Yeah.
But it's still
expensive there.
really expensive.
Yeah, it sure is.
So I think what we should do is Chris Eggert should start, and then Kostaki can come on and criticize everything he says.
Oh,
that sounds like a fun game.
I don't think I want to play that game. It doesn't sound fun to me.
Is there anything big in the news today?
I think the Timberwolves losing last night was probably one of our biggest stories that we had today.
Oh God!
Yeah, people are mad.
Julius Randle and Anthony just kind of crapped the bed, did not step up big when they needed to. So they're going back to Oklahoma tomorrow and got to do something, but it's not looking very good for them.
Okay, I have to ask you both or everybody a question because I saw a post today. How many people live in Oklahoma City? Does anybody know?
No clue.
I bet it's pushing 1 million in the metropolitan area, maybe.
Yes, I actually know it off the top of my head. I just wanted to wait for dramatic,
Sure.
I
give a dramatic pause.
think 1 million sounds like a good guess.
Yeah.
If we're talking about, are we talking about like the city itself or the metro
city is
area?
Metro area.
Metro area is 1.4 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done, sir.
Score.
The reason I bring that up is because on X today, people were saying, you know, what you people in Minnesota have to understand is Oklahoma City is a much bigger city than Minneapolis, St. Paul. So it's like it's about half the size of St. Paul.
What was the score?
That's a bad guess.
2 points. They lost by 2 points.
Lost by 2.
Oh, geez,
Yep.
that's tragic.
Well, listen, it's not even Oklahoma City's team. It's freaking Seattle's team. I was in Seattle when they took the Sonics away.
That's true.
These guys came to town. They said they were going to keep the team there. They didn't. They moved them to Oklahoma City. Everyone knew that was their plan all along. So I'm sorry, I can't root for them. And of course, I'm a Timberwolves fan.
You know what I think of when I hear the word Oklahoma? Mike Gelfand, the only Jew I know from Oklahoma.
He's from Oklahoma?
His father is.
No
Oh,
kidding.
Oklahoma and Jews don't really mesh in my head.
I
too
always think of the
well.
musical.
Like, what?
Each and every time.
Yeah, I
Yep.
guess so. Yeah, Oklahoma, the musical, exactly.
I actually also off the top of my head know how many Jewish people are in Oklahoma.
Okay, good. Luckily.
It's about 9,000. So
That's it.
not a ton.
Wow.
Holy God. Out of 1.5 million people, there's 9,000.
Yeah.
That's just in the city. Yeah. Right.
I want to ask both of you, and both of you, I want to comment on the situation. There was a post on X today, and I don't, even if I could remember the woman's name, I wouldn't say it. She on X came right out and asked people to kill Donald Trump.
Ooh.
On X.
There's been several.
What the hell? It's not, I hope he dies. It's, you should kill
Somebody's
Donald
got to
Trump.
take him out. Yep. That's it.
What the hell is wrong with people?
Oh, wow. She's going directly to jail.
I would say
think
so.
Yeah.
Well, you had that one guy doing the 86-47, and then there was
James
another.
Comey. That was James Comey. It wasn't just a guy.
That was
I
the
know.
FBI
That's
director,
right.
yeah. But
That's
and then
right.
before that, there was during the Biden administration, there was some news anchor who did 86-46. And it's like how
I know. It's so
how
ridiculous.
tactless
I
are
know.
people?
What is
People
wrong
will
with
do
you?
anything for likes on social media.
Yep.
Literally
Well-
anything. They get addicted to followership
sure do.
and likes.
I will tell you what, I blame Kostaki because if he make people laugh, they wouldn't have time for
Yeah.
hatred.
Bring the dopamine. Come on.
Yeah. I'm slacking. Yeah, to be
Couldn't.
to be fair, 86 is like that's like you get rid of it. You don't
Yeah.
kill it though. 86
Right.
It's
is
still an
like
inappropriate.
if you're in a bar, you're like, like we're out of cornbread. You got to 86 the cornbread on the menu or whatever. It's you're not
I-
killing
Do
anything.
they really talk like that in diners?
Yeah, 86 is a real thing for sure.
Is
For
it
sure.
really?
Come on.
You're gonna 86
Why don't you
you.
say no cornbread?
well,
It's a lot fewer syllables. For
it's just
one.
that
True.
he takes his picture of this and then posts it and then runs around on a national press junket saying, I just walked on the beach with my wife and now people are mad at me.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's what it
stop
is.
being such a
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I understand. It's just
I did nothing
Stop
wrong.
being
Well, unfortunately, people exposed their truth to me when he was with the assassination attempt and the crap that people were saying
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
that on social media was
Oh, yeah.
absolutely horrifying. I'm like, you can not agree with the man politically, but you can't sit there and say well, they did say it. I can't say they can't, but just say the things that people were saying about, oh, too bad they didn't get the job done and all that. I mean, that to me proved that people are willing to say anything. They don't care anymore.
You know what's really scary is I just saw something this morning, I don't remember where, and it said that over half of the posts on social media are now AI bots.
really
Over half.
so. Well, who's
Wow.
in charge of all that?
Well,
quick.
I guess it's really easy to just make a propaganda thing and have it just go stick it in AI and have it everywhere in minutes and constantly posting the same thing over and over. I mean, it's no mistake if you do scroll through social media, you will see the same videos and the same messaging under sort of a little bit different
Mhm.
guise. Yeah, I believe it.
I just found a very sad thing because back in the day of KQRS, Kevin Bacon and his lovely wife, Kira Sedgwick, would pop in, and they were always very, very pleasant, nice people. They were on a couple times, maybe 3, something like that. Here's a post from 3 hours ago. Kevin Bacon's wife, actress Kira Sedgwick, is afraid she's going to lose her right to vote with the current administration.
Oh, for
She's scared.
goodness.
Why
But
would you
but you don't
think-
even know if that's true.
with her pictures on it?
I know it could be an
Well, that's
AI,
true.
it
You
could
don't
be a
know.
bot.
That's
You
true.
don't know.
Well, I mean, she was born in New York City, so it doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
I don't know where
What?
this would even come from.
Is this all fear-based, Chris Eggert?
Yeah, and a lot of that crap, if it's bots and it's also searching for information, because if you get one person to click on an article that might be not an actual thing, then they're mining. You're trying to learn crap about you. It is. I'm with you, Catherine. Like, I hop on X and it's like that's still my preferred social media for
Yeah, me
news
too.
stuff.
Me
But
Yeah.
there's so much like garbage on there.
There's so much garbage.
Yep.
You really gotta know kind of what you're looking at, because otherwise you can fall down the rabbit hole on some crap that's not even true.
I know. I wish I could dislike anything with Joy Behar.
I already dislike everything.
If I
with
was
Joy Behar.
choking, I wouldn't let a MAGA person save me. It's like, oh,
Oh,
God, why?
Jesus.
And then they repost it 1,000 times a minute. It's like, oh, stop already.
Mhm.
Kostaki, is it harder to make people laugh now because the far left and the far right are so nuts?
It's definitely it's definitely difficult to wade into the political universe in a way that
yeah.
didn't used to be true. I mean, I
Right.
studied politics in grad school, and so I've always had a little bit of at least in the early days, I had a passion for it. And during election cycles, I would build out like a 10-minute chunk about the different candidates and what was going on. And with anything political, you have to be careful. But that was much easier to pull off in the old days. Now it's so divisive; it's so hard to do.
It's
That-
just, why do
that's
you
for
want to
sure.
live like that? I don't understand why you'd want to live the rest of your life that afraid of everything that moves.
I said
Yeah,
it's-
yeah, it's a tricky universe. We're because the two teams of sort of like people aren't even getting their news from the same source anymore. We're not even agreeing on what the information is, and also with the nature of social media, you wind up in these sort of echo chambers of the folks that you choose to hang with, and you don't hear the other voices.
Right.
So it's gotten very two-sided. It's a tricky.
Yeah.
It's a tricky place. Although I do sometimes think about the Seinfeld was asked a question about sort of the political correctness and the trickiness of being a comic in the modern world.
Oh, yeah.
And he compared it to being like a downhill skier. Like it's the job of the skier to go through the markers, and society will move the markers, but that's the job of the comic, is to figure out a way to get down the hill. So I like that answer. I think there's a moving conversation about what you could say and can't say, and it's the job of the comic to carefully figure out a way to get to the bottom of the hill. So hopefully artfully, hopefully funny, but the markers move for sure.
I did have a dream a few days ago, and it was because I was thinking about this very thing, how crazy the extremists on both sides have gotten. And it struck me when I was a little boy and somebody got hit in the head with a hammer on the Three Stooges, it was funny. Now they'd actually do it, so it's not funny anymore. Isn't that? I was sad because the Three Stooges wouldn't be funny anymore because they're way too violent, but it's fake violence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's cartoonish, clownish violence.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely.
Nobody's
would-
really getting hurt.
We would be doing the backstory as to figure out why.
Yeah, there'd be a prequel movie called Curly
Yes.
about
and it would be about
This way.
Curly's mom and dad and how they were on welfare and they had all kinds of problems. And so Curly had anger issues growing up. And
That's what it would be, wouldn't it? They I mean, honest to God, just the Curly's reaction. I'm sorry, Mo. That was hilarious. But not anymore.
No.
Oh boy.
Well, even just watching old Looney Tunes.
Oh,
My God, they were just beating the crap
No,
out
they
of each
still,
other.
they still make Tom and Jerry, and it's every bit as bad as it
Is it
has
really?
been. And Ethan watches it sometimes. I'm like, I don't think you should be watching this.
Yeah.
Learning that,
Yeah.
dropping heavy objects on each other is an okay thing to do.
Yeah.
Little young for that sort of thing.
Yeah.
my favorite cartoon, and it's when that stupid sheepdog and Wile E. Coyote would both, and they clock in at the same time,
Yeah.
cordial, and then they go and freaking, try to kill each other for the whole episode, and then clock out at the end. And I feel like, Tom, that's kind of the way politics used to be.
Yes.
It was more of a, we're going to clock in, we're going to go play our game, then we're going to walk away from it, and we're going to be fine. I don't think that world exists anymore. I don't think you walk away from it and you're fine anymore.
I agree. And I bring this up a lot, and for a reason. My mother was a big-time Democrat, and her best friend was her cousin, Lamont, who was a big-time Republican. And they loved one another. They would we'd go to each other's houses and hang out. I mean, I would say my mother was pretty far left, and Lamont might have been pretty far. Well, he was a detective on the Minneapolis Police Department. So I wouldn't say they were extremely political, but you definitely know which way they leaned. And every time they saw each other, they'd hug to say hello. They'd sit down and talk for an hour. And when he had to leave, they'd hug goodbye and say, hey, I'll miss you. Come by soon. Can we ever get back to Democrats and Republicans doing that in my house again?
Yeah, right.
That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, I think of when I was a kid, it was Reagan and Tip O'Neill, right?
Yeah.
And they were, they were collegial and they were gentlemen with each other, and they had completely different views of where they were going and how to best help the American people, but they were grown-ups. There was a respect and a kindness and a diplomacy that seems to have withered away.
I must ask you, is it money based? Is this really all about money and votes and things
I
like
think it's so social media based, and people.
Yeah, that's true.
You have got to scream so loud to get anybody's attention with anything. And back to your phones, the social media and the phones. And I just think people don't know how to talk to each other in real life anymore.
That's really too bad because, like I said, I mean, both of you are old friends of mine. I've known you both for a long, long time. Well, I hear you're going to come on. It makes me very, very happy. I'm really still glad that I'm happy to see my friends. People aren't anymore. They're not happy to see anybody.
Well, stay off your phone then, because you can look at your phone and you have something to be pissed off about in about 22 seconds.
Yeah, I just picked up my phone, and I'm gonna.
You just said stay off, and you go on.
Stay off it.
That's
there's a lot about the Timberwolves sucking right now.
A lot of heartbreak.
Unfortunately.
A lot of heartbreak.
Hey, did you guys see that? Did you see the Emmanuel Macron video of the?
Oh, I saw that.
Tom, did you see that?
Early this morning.
He's busy trying to figure out how to use his phone.
I'm trying to mute something and it wouldn't mute. There was a fist fight in a school today. They have video of it. People beating the piss out of each other in the school hall.
Yep.
It's the last day of school, isn't it? Couldn't you wait one more day? Jesus. It makes me sad. What were you talking about?
Did you see that video of Emmanuel Macron's wife like shoving him right
in the face?
And he's like downplaying it. I don't know what the hell happened, but the fact that he's even addressing it and that to me says it was something, but I don't know.
Well, the video sure looked like it was something.
Yeah.
And then he sees the camera and he's like, all politician smiles. You're like,
right.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess he met her. He was 15 and she was 40.
Yeah, she's way older than he is.
What?
That's weird.
Yeah.
Emmanuel is 47. His wife is 72. So there you go.
20.
Wait, what? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 15 when they met. I don't know if there was a romantic
What
thing
the
going on. Well, they're
hell?
French, so probably.
Oh, there you go.
You know those French people.
Those frogs.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Whoa.
Bill Belichick is 73
Yes.
and his new fiance is 27.
That's
27.
Oh, what happened with that scandal?
Well,
money involved
apparently
there.
they're going to get married. If
Oh,
73 to 27 makes 28 to 3 seem pretty close.
yeah.
I'm glad you both brought this up because basically we haven't addressed much, but the lust for money is the other thing right now. Political disagreements and hatred, but the lust for money now is bigger than it's ever been. People will do anything for money, including kill one another.
including marry Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Even
that.
That's exactly what
He's got a great personality.
Yeah.
Does he
What do
talk
they
at all?
even talk about? Is it the only thing they have in common is never seeing the Browns win the Super Bowl. They both have that.
Yeah, that's true. They got that
Last
covered.
week, Bill had to explain to her who George Wendt was, right? Like what?
Oh,
Oh,
I miss George already. He's only been dead for about 5 days now, something like
I
that.
love that
Yeah.
show.
But he was
Bill
not
said he
very
loves
good.
that she's energetic, fun, and never heard of Spygate. That's another bonus to dating someone.
That's good. That's a good
Super,
she,
super
she
young.
wasn't even born then.
I know, right? I can't believe they got engaged. That's what happens when you have so many rings. You just give them out to the kids you meet. Like, all right, you have one. You have one.
Well, honest to God, Catherine and I are 7.5 years apart, and you'd think that I was her grandfather, for Christ's sake. So go tell your daughter. It's like, my daughter? What the hell are you talking about?
That's
You
funny.
smiling at sister.
I have a very tall older daughter who's 16, and I have a tiny little 6-year-old. And every
Oh,
once in a while, the three of us will be walking through a park or something, and somebody sees us from a distance. They assume that we're husband and wife and kids.
Oh,
Well, how tall are you? You're tall.
I'm 6'1", and that kid is my height, and she has to pop her hips in photos, so she's not quite as tall as I am, but
Oh,
she is.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. It just occurred a couple of days ago. I think it was Friday night. We went to eat dinner, and first time in my life, our server was 6'8".
he was
Yikes.
tall.
I ever see
Yeah.
a guy coming at you with 2 plates of food? You're like, good.
He's got a pulley system to bring them down to your table.
I guess so. Yeah, 6'8".
Yeah.
That's a big dude.
I've heard once you get past like 6'4", life just starts being kind of generally unpleasant.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
really?
brothers were tall. They were over 6. 2 of my brothers were over 6'4", and they had a hard time with things.
I'm getting
Doors,
Cars are
airplanes.
ducking under
Yep.
doorways
Yeah. Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
Because you don't think about that as someone who's not insanely tall. Just like constantly hitting your head on doors that are just like slightly shorter than up to code.
Well, I just
that sort of
remember
thing.
every
Right.
doorway they would do this sideways.
Yep.
The sideways
Right.
thing.
I'm getting texts right now from my son who's 6'6", 300 pounds. I'm not kidding you. He's looking for pants right now because he starts an internship and he can't. He goes, I'm at the mall. I cannot find a single pair of pants, and he says this is kind of effed is his exact words.
Yeah.
Really,
Officer
I thought,
Dave, text me. Tell me where you get your pants.
I thought men
Yes.
had a way easier time when they were gigantic because I mean,
no.
women we
No.
don't have any inseam
like,
choices.
Gigantic in terms of like width, sure,
No,
but
Oh,
height, not so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what's his inseam? Like 37?
Probably maybe
Probably about,
38.
Yeah.
37, 38.
And that, like, even getting an inseam above 36,
That's
in
hard.
any
Yeah.
size is difficult.
It's very rare.
Go to Target, try to find an inseam over
No,
36.
Target doesn't
right?
work. There's like, doesn't the Gap have a bunch of different inseams?
I don't know.
I thought they
Clothing
did.
stores.
He might have to hit up the catalogs. That's what
He's gonna have to go to like I'm thinking like LL Bean out at mall. LL Bean has good, long,
Yeah,
tall, big guys. Or he's just have to go to the big guy store, which I know he doesn't really want to do.
Probably
Right.
not.
Oh, the
Right.
big and tall stores.
Big and tall, yeah.
That's
Right.
a lot of business clothes, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, if he's doing an internship, then maybe he needs.
yeah, I don't know. It's just funny that you brought that up about your brothers because I like 2 seconds ago I got the text that I saw and I'm like, oh God, poor
I
kid.
know.
And how tall is he?
He's 6'6".
6'6". How tall are you?
6'4".
6'4". Yeah, I thought you were.
And you can't find pants, but
I bet not. I bet. One thing I will tell you about Tyler, our server at 926 guy I was talking about.
Yeah.
What 8? We didn't know he was that tall because when he came to the table, he would always squat down.
Yeah, he crouched down.
He crouched down.
And then he was like the height of a regular server.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly right.
Hello down there.
Really, really good guy. And then this came up also because when my mother was a diner waitress for 53, 54 years. So we had a nice time. Tyler did a great job. So I asked for the manager. And of course, the manager assumed I was going to complain. I said, I want you to know the food was terrific and Tyler does a great job. I do that all the time. And apparently I'm the only one left on the planet that does that.
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
Because everyone else is complaining.
That's what we said earlier this episode.
true.
Yep, because it's true.
But I mean, if you do a good job, why don't you go, hey, you know what? The food's really good and Tyler's great at his job.
Because we're
That's
Minnesotans.
nice. Yeah, but you've been on the other side of that. You're a restaurant owner, right? So you get the idea of, it's nice if someone pulls you aside to go, hey, this place is great.
Well, and just being on the radio, it's like I love Tom Bernard. I hate his guts.
I know.
It's
what?
Really everybody
You hate the
has
guts
very
of a
strong
guy
feelings
talk.
about everything, apparently.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Do you get that in TV news? Do you get that appearing on camera all the time?
I got it a lot several years ago when kind of all the George Floyd stuff was going down. And
that was your fault.
I had I'm an amputee for people who don't know. I had a woman threatening to cut my other leg off.
Oh, God.
Well, maybe she just liked symmetry. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. She tried to cut your other leg off? Why? What did you
on
do?
social media? I don't know, because of course we're
people
with
are psycho.
because we're with team A or team B. It's
God.
That's funny, Andy. Symmetry. I like that.
Symmetry, baby.
Funny.
Kostaki, do they complain about you're too tall to be funny?
For comics, what we get is on social media, you're somewhat safe because it's your own people on board following you. But if like the cliche is if you'd like do a set on Conan or the Tonight Show or whatever, then that they post that to the general public. Now you're toast. Now people want to, oh God, the grapes joke sucked. And he looks like my aunt and I can't, I hate her. What people are just say the craziest things when they're in the dark by themselves.
Yes, they do.
It shocked me. I joined X about 2 years ago, but I never went on it. And then I started on it, about 3-4 months ago? Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, about 3-4, maybe 5 months ago.
Yeah, I think it was when we were down there.
Yeah.
I think that's right. So I just started using it. So I've got like 5,000 followers. There are some people, yes, I was talking to my 900,000 followers, and they like, what the hell? You got many people following you on social media?
Yeah. I mean,
the more inflammatory you are, the more followers you'll get.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I tend to gain 8 and lose 6 about every day. I don't know what the hell that's all about.
That's the game. Yeah.
It is.
You're on your way, Tom.
I'm on my way to stardom. You're pissing off 5 people every day.
Just another 500,000 days, and there you go. You got your 1 million followers.
Yeah, I got my 1 million followers. Just like, honest to God, though. You people let me know, all 900,000 of you. Like, Jesus.
Speaking of X, if you want $100 gift certificate.
Did you ever make the post? I didn't see it yesterday.
I thought you put it up.
Oh, yeah. Let's
give me your
not promise
login
anything.
Well, we have a drawing. There
We
will be a
will,
drawing
yes.
for a $100 gift certificate on X.
Catherine is probably posting right now the comment that you should be looking for. I mean, I guess most people listen to this recorded, so by the time you're listening to this, if you're listening to the recording, it should be up. So go to x.com/Tom Bernard OG, not Tom Bernard dog. It kind of looks like it, but it's not.
Yeah, because of the D in Bernard.
And then it'll
Tom
be
Bernard
it'll be
dog.
pinned. It'll say something about Jack's Cafe, $100, etc. Just comment, and you're in the drawing. We draw on Thursday and announce on Friday. Speaking of which, did St. Paul Silver or whatever ever respond?
I haven't seen it yet.
I thought they did. I thought somebody posted on my.
You need to tell people when it happens.
Yes, I need to know this.
Well, I don't know. You should look because I think they did, but I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Well, if anyone who knows him or is listening, then I will look at it after the
We've
show.
got the drawing on Thursday.
That is a big deal on social media, which I didn't know, or doing podcasting. I mean, is giveaways on podcasting are huge. People love it when you give stuff away on podcast.
Hey, listen, everyone's scrapping, man. Everyone looking for a freebie somewhere.
Well, I suppose
Yeah,
that's what it is, too.
right.
All right, you both got to probably get going here. So, Kostaki, any closing words?
Oh yeah, let's do a quick joke somewhere. Let's see.
I love it.
Let's pull a closer out. Here we go. They're going to let current NFL players play flag football in the Olympics. Is this a good idea? Do we want Tyreek Hill's sperm to go global? Is that what we want?
God.
Ew.
Thank you so much for that.
Come on, Catherine. I got to do one boyish joke while I'm on.
Got to do one sperm joke.
It's tradition.
Turn it up. Oh, my God.
Good night, everybody.
Chris, do you have any closing
I'm
words?
not, no, I can't top that. I'm out.
How do you follow that?
Not all right, thanks both of you, because I love these conversations where you kind of look at things and go, you do kind of realize you're not alone thinking, is everybody nuts? I think everybody who's semi-sane thinks everybody else is nuts, because
Yes.
they are, I guess.
I can confirm that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
count
talk
me
to you
in.
both soon. Well, we don't get to talk to you until September again, Kostaki. What the hell?
Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, I'm doing some cruise ships this summer, and I'm traveling around with family. But we'll get back to football jokes in September-ish, maybe August. We'll see.
Maybe
She's not talking to Kostaki, by the way. She's talking to Jude.
Yeah, just pawing me because he knows the show's ending.
Yeah, he always when I say I know you got to go. He's like, oh, we got to go.
No,
Chris, any closing words?
Dog.
Nah, go Wolves.
And take Oklahoma City with you.
Yeah,
All right,
right.
we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
We will take a break. Be right back. Andy, do you have Meat Sauce's number?
I think so, yes.
You should give him a quick call because he is just raving on X. See if he wants to just hop on the phone
if you don't stop.
for about 5-10 minutes with us.
Jude, are you being a bad dog?
He's being so terrible.
You're not paying one bit of attention to
I
what I'm
am.
saying. Oh, you are? Okay, good.
I haven't looked at the count. Do we even have anyone this week? Oh, yeah, we're all booked up this week.
Oh, are we?
Probably have him on next week.
No, I'm talking
maybe.
about coming on right now for just about 10 minutes.
It's a little short notice, I would say.
Well, but it's Meat Sauce. He'll do it for us.
He's got nothing to do.
Well, just ask him to do it. If you can't do it, you can't do it. It's not a big deal. Meat Sauce. Matter of fact, Meat Sauce made a tea time for us this week. I think Sunday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we're gonna go play golf over at Golden Valley on Sunday. Looking forward to it. We'll take a break. Be right back and get things going right after this. I'm talking with my friends Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle of North American Banking Company. Guys, business owners have had to deal with a lot over the last few years, haven't they?
They sure have, Tommy. We pride ourselves on being able to help our customers with the challenges they face.
Our business bankers are experts and are always ready to help our customers capitalize on opportunities and solve problems.
Loan decisions come quickly because they're made here in the Twin Cities and not shipped out of state like at some of the national banks in town.
This allows our customers to expand their businesses with confidence, knowing that they have our team of experts in their corner.
Okay, so now you give me this big thing at the end. Way to go.
Well, you are the professional.
Oh, I forgot. Look, I know Brad and Mike, and I trust them with my banking. They've personally delivered on everything they've just said, so why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Does thinking about retirement make you uncomfortable? Sometimes the anxiety for wondering if you saved enough can be overwhelming. But what if I told you that you could ease those tensions in just 48 minutes? My guy, Josh Arnold, Mr. Money Talk, can sit down with you and get you on the right track for your financial future. Josh has navigated it all when it comes to uncertain market and economic conditions, and he'll always provide straight talk. Never sugar-coated advice on how to reach the finish line with your retirement goals. Don't let your financial worries give you an ulcer or keep you from calling Josh right now. His 48-minute no-obligation consultation could be just what you need to feel better about your future. Call Josh today at 952-925-5608. Set up your free 48-minute no-obligation consultation. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments must involve risk. You know that. All comments and opinions of Josh Arnold's do not constitute investment advice. I am a paid endorser. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I love having guys guys like Chris Eggert on at the same time as Kostaki coming on.
Yeah, it
because
worked out.
It's wonderful because they have different viewpoints, but they come across. I'm pushing heavy for everybody to kind of move to that centrist route.
I just don't think that's going to happen with
Probably
with
not.
the social media, like Chris was talking about. I mean, like Alex at AOC, I think she has millions of followers.
she
Yeah,
does,
but I mean,
yeah.
how many of those are real?
I know, but she's on TikTok all
Yeah,
the
she
time.
certainly
She's
is.
gotten her
It's all
to
she
be
does.
basically a bit of a political celebrity, and the more obnoxious she is, the more they like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I just assume most of those followers and almost all that engagement is fake.
Well, like I said, 50% of engagement is AI bots now. So, but even if it's 50%, if she's got 2 million followers, she's got 1 million real followers.
So I have a question, Andy. You probably be able to answer this because, as you know, radio numbers are dropping like a rock. They're thinking, I mean, small town radio is pretty much over. Mid-sized markets is not doing all that well, and even major markets now are not doing well either. Is that because of AI? Does AI destroy radio by putting out these ideas or making these comments?
Well, I think that
I think it's just it's people.
We just entered an era where people could pick and choose what they wanted to watch,
right,
and who they wanted to talk to and listen to with podcasting, and streaming, and everything is just a la carte. So people get to. It's like, if I'm a complete left-wing psychopath, I can just be in that echo chamber, and everybody I follow is in that echo chamber, and it reinforces my left-wing psychopath.
Yeah, people don't want to be at the mercy of whoever's in charge of putting on the content on the radio.
Exactly.
They want to put their own content.
Yes.
Which means they don't find new things. They just seek out the exact same thing over and over, which, is a problem. But that's what people decided they wanted.
Yeah, and we've just entered this strange era where, I mean, we're on the cusp of so many things with AI. We don't even understand what's going to happen in the next 10 years. There's going to be so many jobs taken over by AI. Robotics are entering, they're becoming absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be able to take over a zillion jobs too. And we're still fighting about skin color.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
We're still not educating our people.
Well, there's money in it. That's why people do those things.
I mean,
there's a lot of money in that.
But I mean, this whole we're on the cusp of some amazing stuff happening, and people are just gonna be too stupid to understand what's going on because we just won't. Hopkins School District. Apparently, these kids and coaches were at the school board meeting saying, could we please do something about the fights and the smoking dope in the bathrooms?
Yeah.
No, the school districts can't really.
And these kids are just wandering the hallways. Apparently, if you don't feel like attending class anymore, you can just wander the hallways
what are the teachers
all day long.
That's dangerous.
They could suspend them. They could talk to their parents.
The teachers don't have the power to suspend. That's the administration, and the administration doesn't care.
So all these kids are saying, you're taking away French, you're taking away AP, you're taking away everything to somehow appease these people that don't even want to be in class.
Yep.
How is that making the school better for anybody?
Right. I do remember, though, Pat O'Brien, my brother-in-law, who unfortunately no longer with us. I loved Pat. He was a wonderful guy. He was a teacher at Lincoln Junior High School. This was about 50 years ago. And there was an argument that broke out in the classroom and one kid pulled a gun. And that was like 50 years ago.
So it was a revolver, you're saying?
It was a revolver. That's exactly right.
We have a guest on the phone.
Oh.
It's meat. It's meat sauce.
Meat sauce. I had to have you on to try to calm you down. You must be in a tizzy over this Timberwolf deal.
Well, wait a minute. What's wrong with smoking dope in the bathroom in a high school? I did that when I was in high school. If I did it now, that would be a bit odd.
Because they're fighting. They're fighting and videoing it.
Yes, they are.
Oh, well, we didn't. I mean, I graduated in 01. We smoked a bunch of dope in the bathroom.
I don't.
99,
I'm almost wondering if it's dope because I mean, if you smoke pot, you're generally pretty chill.
I think the issue with it now is it's all out of a vape, so you don't know what it is.
True.
I mean, I'm 42, but 20 years ago, if you smoked dope, it was either out of an apple or a pop can, and you reeked like dope. Now it doesn't have a smell.
Oh.
So yeah, that's how everybody gets away with it. Yeah, it sucks about the Wolves. I thought they could at least make this a series, but I think it's going to be over tomorrow. So yeah, it is what it is.
So Paulie, Misa's real name is Paul. I've always called.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
Misa's a
indeed.
good name, but Paulie's always been Paulie to me. But I just I see so many of my friends are suffering through this. I mean, it's very personal, and they take it very hard, including you. You do take it hard.
Well, on the plus side, the Frost is the champions for 2025. So there you go. We got one Minnesota win.
What's the
Frost?
Frost?
That's the women's hockey.
The ladies hockey team.
Women's hockey. Okay.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah, they're the champions of all time.
Yay.
Wasn't
So-
it just revealed that
Go
some
Frost.
woman in sports is actually a man or something?
Oh, there's all kinds
I
of.
think that's been happening a few times.
Oh, I
but-
think it is.
That
'Cause I
Brittany
don't know.
Griner or something. She posted herself without her shirt on. She looks like a man.
Oh, that's why they
that's what's
said
going
that.
on
Okay,
social
so
media. I have no idea.
who
Don't
knows?
care.
I
I
don't care either.
But Paulie, so what are you going to do now? It's they got to win 3 games in a row to win the series, which is going to be a little tough to do.
Well, the reason it's so frustrating is the Minnesota Vikings in 1998, when I was 16 years old, they played in the NFC Championship game with probably the best team that's never won a Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Naturally, they lost. Then in 2009, they had maybe the best sports team we've had in the last, probably since that 98 team. They lost. The 2001 team got shut out 41-0 in the NFC Championship game. I mean, the Minnesota Twins, when they had that team, I think it was 05 or 06, they had Johan Santana
Mhm.
and Francisco Liriano. They got swept in the playoffs.
Yep.
And you just, it builds. The last time a
It
Minnesota
does.
men's team was in a championship game, Rosen was still on your show on KQ. That's how long
So,
ago that was.
That was only 40 years ago,
Correct. So that's why it's so frustrating is they have these opportunities. I didn't think they could win the series, but I thought they'd at least go 6 or 7 games. This is probably going to be over tomorrow, So
That's
that's
too
where
bad.
everybody's frustration comes in.
Well, and Meat Sauce knows that I post all the time about my team left Minneapolis in, what was it again, 68 or something, or no, what it was earlier than that, 60 or 61, wasn't it? I think when
The Lakers, yeah.
Yeah, that was like 60 or 61, wasn't it, when they left?
I think so, yeah.
I was a very young kid. I remember that. And I've never gotten over it. So I'm still not a Timberwolves fan because I'm still not an LA Laker fan. I'm a Minneapolis Laker fan, and they don't play anymore. So it's a tough row to hoe,
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But I don't need to win it. I would just like to play in a Super Bowl or a World's. I mean, I was at some of the games in '91, which was great, but like the North Stars got beat by the Penguins that same year really badly. And yeah, it's always downhill for our men's sports. It's like smoking dope in a bathroom and taking videos of it.
That is true. And we only got a couple more minutes, but I do want to mention this in a very positive way. I read a couple articles about Chris Hockey, who you work with every day. And I just wanted
Yeah, he's the best.
he is very, very good. And I want to tip my hat to him. I'd like to have him on, but he's a very, very busy guy, so probably doesn't have time to do it. But to step up and talk about mental illness the way that he does, I think it's very, very honorable. It's a lot of great work. So tell him I said that.
Yeah, I will. He's done he does a lot of good work with everybody. He's a great human being, and he's trying to help everybody who struggles. And there's so many people who struggle but don't want to say anything,
Right?
Because then they come off as weak. But I think hopefully we've moved in a direction where male, female, you don't have to keep that all inside, because that doesn't mean you're weak. I think it makes you more powerful the more you can speak out about it.
No question. So is that Sunday we're teeing it up?
Yeah, I'll try and get Johnny Randall, and I asked Common.
Oh yeah, Common and Johnny Randall. That'd be a lot of fun. The 4 of us out there again. That's been a while since we've been out there together.
Yeah, I'll try and get that all put together. That will be fun.
Well, thanks for being available. Because like I said, I know it. I do follow you on X, and a lot of people are taking this very, very hard. They thought this team was going to be a lot better than it is, and I don't know why these things happen.
Yeah, it's we'll get over it. We'll move on. It's almost football season, which will be another complete utter failure. But we'll move on into that.
All right, Sauce. We'll talk to you soon, Pally. Thanks for calling in.
Of course, you're the best.
Thanks. Bye. Paulie. Again, I met Paulie when he was 16 years old. He was working at a cigar store out in Minnetonka. And God, I've known him. He said he's 42. I've known him for 25 years, 26 years. Or my God.
Yeah.
A long, long time. Yeah, I guess it'd be 26 years I've known him. Little Paulie is now Big Meat Sauce. What do you think? All right, that is going to do it. We will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Every time I get to sing, reminds me how you talking.